Hi guys, welcome back to day 4. Today's episode is gonna be a little bit more leaning to what we talked about yesterday. My husband recommended that I read the book Four Agreements, but I didn't actually even read it. I actually ended up listening to the audiobook and I only got 44 minutes in. It's about 2 hours long, a little bit over 2 hours. But it actually was a really good 44 minutes. It managed to humble the F out of me. I added it to my YouTube playlist if anybody wants to listen to it. But yeah, God really was just like, here's the perfect, book for you. Like, let's get your attention on this instead. And honestly, if it's all of the intentions that I set for myself for Lent, like how I told myself that I wanted to grow and be more self-aware and to stop, following the same patterns. And this book is honestly just like the perfect, I don't know, like harsh truth, harsh wake-up call that you need. And I'll just tell you guys a little bit about the book and how I connected to like what I'm doing for Lent. But this book talks about how we grow up accepting these invisible agreements about who we are, and hearing that during Lent hit different because this season is actually about unlearning and letting go, and mainly like letting go of habits and thoughts and reactions that keep us stuck. And I realized that I have been living by agreements that contradict everything that I'm trying to become. Like, I love to say that I'm too much, or I'm not enough, or I ruin things, or I have to earn love. But if I'm trying to grow spiritually but still carry these like ideas or beliefs, they just kind of choke me, like, in a way, or like diminish my growth. Like, I don't know, like I feel like I don't grow because I keep having these thoughts despite me trying to be positive, like trying to be like, no, I'm pretty. Like, I know deep inside I'm still like, yeah, I'm ugly. Like, it's like I'm just saying it to make myself feel better. But anyways, the book says that we keep these agreements because they're familiar, and yeah, like because that's all we know. And I want to say that I want to be a better friend. Like, I say that I want to be a better friend, but I also assume the worst about myself. And like, how can I be a good friend if I assume I'm also like the worst evil person ever, So yeah, it's just exposing a lot. Just like literally right off like the first chapter, you're already thinking way too much, and you're like, oh my gosh, like it actually has you thinking. I actually ended up sending this book into my family group chat because I was like, if I'm gonna be making these changes, I think that I want my family to make the same changes. So I told my mom and my dad and my sister, like, hey guys, you should read this book. And I sent them the Spanish audiobook version of it. But anyways, this message, like the book's message, aligns with what God has been trying to teach me in a way, because it really does talk about how like we are loved, and like we shouldn't be too harsh on ourselves. Like, the book tells you, like, you shouldn't be too harsh on yourself, like you need to forgive yourself and stuff like that. And Lent is the season for us to break those agreements, where we stop letting the past define us, and we stop like letting our fears get in the way, and we choose our truth over like whatever the little voice in our head has been saying. And yeah. And the book, the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. And one of my goals this Lent is to be kinder, not just to others, but to myself. And the book is like that. The first agreement is basically about like, watch your words. Your words create a reality. And they use an example in the book of like your friend. Like, you have a friend and you say to that friend, oh, that skin color I've seen on people that have cancer. And a year later, that friend has cancer. And they probably didn't have it when you made that comment, but because you said, oh, blah blah blah, like you kind of were manifesting it for it. And so the book is teaching us that our words are super powerful and they create the reality that we live in. And I, like, it it's what basically what I was saying yesterday about my words and stuff, and how I speak to myself so harshly. And so obviously if I say to myself like I'm ugly, like that's what I'm gonna see, that's what my reality becomes, is that I am ugly. And that's why I have had such a terrible personality, because I have been saying I'm ugly, and maybe I haven't been ugly physically. Well, in my head I have, but I'm just saying like an example. Maybe to others I haven't been ugly physically, but I have been ugly emotionally, like I haven't been a good friend. So yeah, like how could I even become a good friend if I'm not even nice to myself, I'm constantly just narrating like nasty, negative things about my life and myself. So today I did because I did listen to the audiobook in the very morning, like around 9 a.m. So after that I did practice being a little bit more gentle with my words, and I did catch myself a few times. Like I did tell my husband, like I think I was like, oh, it's because I'm fat or something, but I kind of caught myself and I corrected it, and I just switched it. And yeah, so we just have to practice. And every time an old belief like creeps in, just try to pause. And I think that's like what I have to do. And anytime I'm gonna spiral or I'm gonna assume the worst, like I just need to pause, and I need to replace it with something positive, something, I don't know, a little bit nicer. Because yeah, I'm trying to be a better version of myself. And yeah, that's it for today. But yeah, today is day 4. The book was really good and I really liked it. I mean, I'm only 44 minutes into the audiobook, but it was really good so far. And yeah, so we're breaking old agreements. We're creating new ones for ourselves. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.